Welcome to the overview of the teacherzone.com teacher app. As you can see here, there's three apps: Learning for students and parents, Teach in the middle for the teachers, that's you, and then the administrators. Today, we'll be going over to the Center app, which you can get in Google Play or your App Store on any device. And here we go. Jumping in, remembers me, it logs me in. Let's start at the top quick. Messages and notifications. Notifications shows recently completed practices and all sorts of little things that were watched. You can see what your students are up to the other 6 nights a week they're not with you, and other things as well. And then messages. You have your chat, of which you can see Raylan Maroff here, right there. That is a singular student. So all your students have an open chat for you. You can also put together your own custom groups and chat to them in groups. And if you notice, there's an all students app or contact as well. That allows you to send a message to all your students on your roster, but it doesn't allow them to reply. So you can just send them updates and things like that. So that's that. Now we're going to go one below, and that is your profile picture. When you click on that, those are your preferences. You can change your profile picture there and your username and things like that. So now let's scroll down a little bit, and this is today's roster. So my schedule for today, I've already had Joel attend, Savannah attend. Let's go ahead and get Owen attended. Super easy. Swipe, hit yes, he's attended, and start teaching. Let's go ahead and skip Raylan really quick. We'll do Zella. She is not attending, or maybe you're sick as a teacher or something like that. You've got choices here. Go ahead and click on attendance. Scroll down. You've got 4 choices: teacher canceled and save. Everyone is notified via text and email, including the administration and the families. So you can see that Zella is teacher canceled now. Very easy to use. And also groups. If you teach groups, very easy. Just swipe and it opens up, and I mark who's attended, who's canceled. Maybe Owen was a no-show. Those are bad. Attended, and save. And those attendance reports can be looked up by the administration or you in the reporting. So everything is logged, and that class or group is now attended. So that's that. You can also fast forward and hit the little arrows on the top right in that blue bar and see what tomorrow brings, okay? And so on and so forth. So notice there's also little cameras next to there. You can store your virtual meeting of choice in your main account when you log into the browser with your same new username and password, and your students will never need a meeting link again. They just click the little green camera icon next to their name on their app as well, and you do the same, and you drop into the same meeting room. So as simple as that. So Google Meet is the one we preferred on this one, and we'll move on from that. So that's a great feature. Now let's go to the bottom. We've got leaderboards, students, and learning. Learning is, well, first let's look at students. Students lets you look up a student by search if you want to, and you can learn all about them. Or you can go back to your dashboard and let's go to Raylan, and we'll swipe, and I can go to his profile. I'll click profile, and I can keep swiping. Look at that toolbar at the top. So here are private notes that I can add about him that only the administration or I can see. I can swipe, see his parents' info, swipe again, add a practice. This is our practice assigner. We'll look at that in a second. Go to the right, see what his current assignment is. I can even edit that, add things to it in case he missed, all sorts of fun stuff there. And there's this shared area where the students can actually share video files or files back if they've completed things already. Some kids use that, some don't, totally up to you. And then there's the badges. You can see Raylan's badges, and some of those I've assigned, and some are auto-assigned. So that's really cool. And then there's points, and it shows Raylan, his breakdown. Most of his, since this is a demo account, are just him logging in. But you can see what they've done in the last week and where they got their automated points or manually added points. So you can talk to your administration more about that, how your point system and gamification will work. So there's that. So I access that from right inside the student on the roster. Or you can find the student in the student lookup area and do the same thing. So leaderboards. Leaderboards are really cool because you have a date range filter. And right now I am seeing my students in what order they're in. And I can also go to all teachers and see how they're doing. Now, this school is a demo school. There's not a lot of teachers, not a lot of students. However, when I switch to all teachers, it will show the rankings of all students in the whole school. Then you can add your date range and then hit apply when you're done, and it will put them in the new order for the last 2 weeks. And you can see practice, you can see videos watched, attendance, and so on will all cause those points to accrue. Okay, so that's the leaderboards, very fun. Lastly, learning on the bottom right, you can create courses, or you can put those courses, if you do create courses, it's unlimited, stores on our servers, and they're very easy to make, or you can just assign assignments. So I clicked on assignments. There's already one here, but if I want to, I can see past assignments as well. Or I'll go back to current and I'll hit the add button on the top right. And I'm not going to go into fully adding a practice, but if you hit the drop down at the top, those are our 4 pillars of content power. Courses are courses you create, and you can make as many lessons inside of a course that you want and add any type of content you want, including YouTube videos. And then the next one is courses from YouTube. Well, at this point, you can type in anything you want. So piano 101 scales, and we are directly API'd with YouTube. There is one. I'm going to hit save. You can even hit 2 if you want. And it adds them. And the neat thing is, YouTube doesn't have commercials when the students use their practice and view the videos in their practice app or in their student teacher zone app. Okay, so that's super cool. But back to the pillars of content power, we have from files and links. You can upload straight from your phone, okay? And images, video, audio, or file, very cool. You can even put links in, and anything, get this, anything you ever put in Teacher Zone as in its first time being created is stored there. You can name the file and never have to upload it again. It'll be stored in your Teacher Zone library, and that library space is unlimited. And basically your account grows with you. So keep that in mind. And you can put URLs to helpful links that you use constantly, okay? So there's that. I'm going to go back to here. And lastly, when you do have a bunch of stuff in your file, here's the 4 pillars of content power. The bottom one is your library. So if I type in Limelight, oops, can't spell that, Limelight. There it is. I can add that PDF. It's Limelight sheet music or whatever you want to add. You can add MP3s, pictures of your cats, because remember, your library is capturing everything you've ever put into it. So that's how easy over time adding helpful things to their homework assignment for the week can be done. Okay, so then you scroll down here after you've added courses or whatever you would like, or you don't have to add anything. And you come down here and you type out what their lesson plan is, or maybe a note to the parents at first. And I'll add some, it's just basically an editor that lets you use whatever you want. You can use bullet points or what have you, and their lesson plan is there, and they get to see it nice and neat on their student app. Then you want to add students or classes. So I'm going to go ahead and add Raylan here. Search, there he is. And he's added. Then you add your date, which it automatically adds it for the following week. Or you can make it whatever you want. And then minutes of practice that you'd like to see them doing per day. Because their practice timer is going to reflect that on their app. And their job is to get to or beat whatever you give them to it. So that's a lot of fun, and it gives them badges when they do accomplish that. So we'll just hit 20 minutes and be done. But the last thing you need to know, what if you want to send this practice to a whole group? So I'll type in roster, search. There's a bunch of rosters, but I usually use Tyler's. Here we go. And there it is. I can send that to either multiple single students or a group and a student. It is unlimited. And if you decide to change your mind, highlight it or unhighlight it, tap on it, and it will unhighlight. and you can start from scratch. So if I just wanted to go to Raylan and his sister, since they happen to be doing the same thing with their teacher, hit search, there's Zella, and there she is. And then you hit save practice, and that practice immediately notifies the parents and anybody on their account that a practice was assigned. So everyone's notified via text and email that you just sent a new practice out. So I know that was kind of a lot, but that learning tab in the bottom right, guys, is very powerful. And go have fun with the courses as well, because you can create evergreen content in any course that you want to create. And that course, imagine these as book covers, can be anything you want, unlimited amounts of lessons, and you can curate the lesson, each lesson, to be whatever you want. It's very fun, and then add those to the practice assignments. So you guys, that's the overview of the Teacher app. Hope you loved it. If you have any questions at all, please email info@teacherzone.com, and we'd be happy to set a ticket and get back to you. Have a great day, all.